particularly there, I'm losing a lot of time. Maybe the rocker.
Oh, we've got Bernoldi off. Enrique Bernoldi becomes our first accident of the day, and that's not the new section of track, that's the Ford curve. That's the left-right they go on to.
Turn the car off, please.
As you can see from the track map, the yellow area showing that zone of track where he's gone off after the new section, and down the hill, and Bernoldi clatters it into the barrier there.
Yeah, it's not a part of a racetrack you would expect to see a driver make an error. That first part of the Ford curve is a left-hander, and you drop down, you can see it from the reverse view looking up to it, and then into the slower second part of it. So he just gets too much throttle and the car gets a bite. Once it's gone, then there's not really that much room between the edge of the track and getting into the barrier. Just too eager, but well,
even with traction control sometimes he can get away. Of course, he's trying to pull it back a little bit to the other side of the road as he comes through the first corner. Let's take another look.
Here's the view from Bernoldi's cockpit. He turns in, he picks up the throttle, the back end starts to go, he puts the lock on, but of course he could do nothing, and he just puts the foot in the brakes, lifts the manual clutch in the steering wheel, sits there waiting for the mild impact, but it's a loss of a session, and you can see the look, the reaction from the Arrows team. Well, they know what they've got to do. Right side of the car, they've got to check for rear suspension, get all that stuff prepared. The car will not be brought back until this session ends, and that's just over 22 minutes. But well,
yes,
starting to drizzle around the circuit. But Ben, just to go back to the issue I mentioned about that pit lane exit, there you can see clearly the rain is falling, and it's beginning to fall quite heavily. I'm slightly concerned that because the revision of the pit straight, it cuts across from the old pit straight, where cars are coming back into the circuit, it is not particularly wide, the bit of track that is race track as opposed to pit lane exit. And if you get two cars racing and a car coming out of the pit lane, it might be very tight.
Yeah.